Well, this is going to be an interesting field. Story on this is the guy paid a local farmer to have this seeded out in alfalfa for his horses and also to share with the farmer that's taking the hay. They seeded it this spring. Oats as a cover crop, wheatgrass, and alfalfa. And they finally got it out here. Of course, this spring was horrible rain, nonstop rain. And you can see the tracks where they mudded it out, same as I did. And they round baled it and took it away. Drama happened, doesn't matter. The farmer and the landowner parted ways. Now he's asked me to come out and see what I could do at the field. Landowner says they had fertilizer company test the soil, told them they were going to plant alfalfa, and so far the samples say nothing was needed to be applied. I don't know a fertilizer company out there that would do a soil sample and say, nope, you're good. They wouldn't be in business if they kept doing that. I'm not saying anybody's lying here. I'm just saying I don't believe it. Walked about. I took 6 or 7 different areas throughout the whole field. Soil samples, just toss in the bucket. I'm going to mix it all together and just that'll get a good average of what the field is. And walking everywhere from what I was showing you, this really is a good example of what the entire field looks like. Just those grasses, which of course you're going to say it's foxtail, but he's got this wheatgrass in here that is looking like foxtail, but of course you got the cockleburs and all kinds of others. I mean, look at all that. It's not foxtail, that's a different type of foxtail, but yeah, you can see this one versus this one. Doesn't matter, it's all weeds. It's the alfalfa. When they cut it, oh boy, what was that? June? No, it was July. It was July when they cut it. It's been, oh boy, 6 weeks. I've already cut the field next to this field, and this is all the growth they've gotten. And my immediate thoughts are, it's starving. It needs something. It needs food, because the weeds are going to take over if the alfalfa doesn't have the strength to grow up and grow on. So anyhow, yep, I'm going to see what the field needs, soil sample wise, see what they recommend, and just kind of go from there. So more to the story on this, but it's going to be few and far between on the story until probably next spring. They're saying, let's see, it's been, I think we're going on the 7th week of almost no rain. The video that we baled that wetter grass hay, I was so frustrated in, that was the only rain we've gotten in 7 weeks, and that was 4/10 of an inch. And I mean, the ground was so dry that you couldn't even tell it rained when you woke up in the morning. Just a little puddle on the concrete was all you had. Everything else was dry. So I mean, not even enough to keep the grass green. It just kept it from turning brown in a few more days. So that's the other part of this. Doesn't have any food, doesn't have any water, and if we don't get anything, they're calling for maybe another 4/10 tomorrow night, and then another 10 days, you know, as far as the forecast goes out, clear, no rain. Cooler temperatures, so that's great, but still, that's not good for crops. It's not what we're trying to do here. But all right, I'll try to keep you updated when the updates come in. Might as well give you guys a show of what I do in between fields. I try to do it in between every field, but you know, this last round was 3 different fields. Wish I could have blown it off in between, because the weeds, I don't like to transfer those weeds to the next field, but do everything you can and you're still going to transfer some of that stuff. You know, the bundle is not quite fully made in there, so after it, you know, gets made in the next field, then that bundle dumps out, and then some of that weed seed will shake out. Same as the baler. When you go to the next field, it'll start pushing out the bales that were in the previous field, and those land in there, and they get that little bit of weed transfer. You do what you can and see how, you know, well you can do it. But so the horse farm that I'm baling that hay at, he had some manure, horse manure, spread on the ground before, and seriously, all that does is just bring weeds into that field. It's plus this crap. So I've ran years and years and not had any of that gather up in this, and I do his field after he spread all that, and there it is. And I mean, you can get a knife, cut some out, you can get a torch, try to burn it out, but I dare not take a torch to this. All that highly flammable things in there, yeah, rather not. Man, what can you do? You pick it out best you can. That right there, it is almost pointless to try to get out of there, because it is caked up in there so tight. But anyway, blow it all off, refill on twine, just kind of a reset to do. Got one ball of twine over here on this guy. So this all opens up so you can get down and rethread things if you need to. Get good access, be able to blow stuff out, clean it out.